What's up, girls and boys? What's up, internet? I am Bianca, and for today, I would like to share my thoughts and impressions on one of the most frustrating, but at the same time most innovative indie platformer video game that I have recently played. One hand clapping. Have you ever wanted to play a video game that could act as a vocalization tool, or a game that could test how well you can use your voice that doesn't involve karaoke mechanics? Well, that's what Bad Dream Games and Handy Games one hand clapping basically feels like. But before we go anywhere further, let me just say that what I am about to share is based from the 50 minutes of game time I have put into playing this game. I know that doesn't sound like much, but for someone who has to contend with throat problems, I can't really play this game for much longer than a few minutes at a time. And here's why. One hand clapping puts you in control of a cute little purple dude in a puzzle platformer where your voice literally has power. Though you move by pressing the WASD keys, solving puzzles requires that you actually sing, or according to the game's description, hum into a microphone. It requires quite a lot of vocal work and will prove to be frustrating for people who have no talent in singing, or for those of us who don't have the vocal range the game requires to progress. When I was first given the opportunity to review this game, I had initially thought that it would be a casual sort of singing, you know? One that, as the game's description says, I could hum mindlessly to. Unfortunately, going beyond the initial stage of the game and its tutorial, you will end up learning that to not be the case, as one hand clapping turns from simply singing to move platforms and solve puzzles to forcing players to repeat musical keys back to it to progress. Which again is annoying if you don't know the technical aspects of musical notes like myself, who doesn't know how exactly to vocalize an E flat or an A sharp. This caused me so much time getting stuck at particular sections of the game and quitting the game. Not just because of my irritation for not being able to hit these notes, but because my throat had started to hurt and I was getting exhausted, and it wouldn't be wise to just keep on going. Conceptually, it is straight out a 10 out of 10. I love the idea of using our voice to solve puzzles, move and control platforms, and create things, most frequently magical pathways, from nothing. And it was enjoyable at the start, but how it ended up being made this game more geared towards those who are really good at singing, and not just those of us who can casually do so. And no, mindlessly humming will not get you very far in this game. There is an option to optimize the notes, but again, it isn't user-friendly for those of us who are musically inept to the point that you may be required to tinker with it one too many times than should be warranted. But it's not all negatives with this game. It is unique, not just in terms of gameplay, but in terms of the puzzles you are required to solve. Some are easy enough that mindlessly vocalizing would work. Others require you to actually match the notes you're hearing and repeat it, which is tougher. The characters you end up interacting with are also done so well. Their animations and sprites vibrant or dull depending on what the scene requires. They range from creepy to cute to downright adorable. The area stages all are unique and they each have their own mechanics and are all a sight to behold. The people behind the graphics in one hand clapping deserves high praise. The game is pretty wholesome as well, and its storytelling relies on the actions portrayed rather than on the words presented to you. Because, apart from the tutorial on which buttons to press and what to do, there really isn't any text in the game. The music is beautiful, with the sound effects complementing it quite well. Though you may not be able to notice it with how caught up you might be with singing, humming, or downright shouting and screaming your way through the game. I didn't find this game to be up my alley since it didn't really make me feel confident or even made me feel like I am building confidence, as the game's description puts it, in my singing voice or lack of it. It actually made me wonder if I'm just tone deaf or something. Changing my voice to do voice acting is actually a whole lot easier than whatever it was the game was asking me to sing back to it. But if you are someone who is really good at singing and who can hold their notes pretty well, then you may find this vocal 2D platformer to be fun, and you can probably progress through it at a much faster pace than I, and will probably do what I couldn't: beat the game. I honestly wanted to like this game and finish it before sharing my thoughts on it, which makes me even more frustrated that my voice couldn't really do it. And I don't know if that's on me or in the way the devs made the game to simply not be for everyone to enjoy. But anyways, one-hand clapping is available on the Nintendo Switch and on Steam for those of you who are interested. Just be sure that you have a mic ready to play this game. Also, be sure to rest your vocal cords once in a while. And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, you guys know the drill. Dream on, fly on. Bye bye for now. Keep safe, everyone.
Someday we'll have our last conversation, drink our last cup of coffee. Someday we might